Hey Woods kids, it's great to see you today. Well, we are now in a new month and I hope you're ready to get a little sticky and slimy. Talking about slimy, does anybody like slime? I love slime. And the reason we're talking about sticky and slimy is this month's theme is unstuck and it's all about determination. Determination is a big word that simply means deciding it's worth it to finish what you started. So it's time to get unstuck from your chair, or if you're sitting on the ground or wherever you're sitting, get up and get ready for our first worship song. Fantastic job getting unstuck and worshiping God. Are you ready? Because we're gonna play a game together. Now, today's game is actually gonna be more fun if you do get stuck. And that is because we are gonna do a freeze dance party. Now, what that means is that in a second, I'm gonna play music and I'm gonna dance around and you have to dance as well. But I will yell, freeze! And whenever I yell freeze, you have to freeze in whatever position you got stuck in. You have to stay frozen. So are you ready? Here we go. Hit it. Freeze. You have to stay frozen. And go. Freeze. Stay frozen and go. Freeze! Can you hold it? I'm gonna make you hold this one longer. One more time, go. Freeze! And you can unfreeze. Great job getting stuck, but then getting unstuck as well. Well, stay standing because we are gonna jump into our next worship song.
singing your praise, singing your praise. I can't stop, won't stop, never gonna stop singing your praise, singing your praise. I can't stop, won't stop, never gonna stop singing your praise, yeah. I can't stop, I won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop, I'll never stop singing your praises, singing your praises, singing your praises. I can't stop, won't stop, I'll never stop singing your praises.
Where is it? Where is it? All right, I'm a little bit lost. I'm trying to find the country of Austria where I'll be moving to, but I can't seem to find it. Hey, I think I found it. No? That's just my mom's house. Oh well, keep looking for it, but I can't find it anywhere. This whole month, we're talking about determination. Determination means deciding it's worth it to finish what you started. And to be honest, sometimes that can be really, really hard. For example, if you started cleaning your room and then, you forgot, or you said you'd play with your siblings, but then they're kind of being annoying, so you don't want to. I have a feeling today that our Bible story will help us both out. Maybe it'll help me find Austria as well. Oh wait, I think I found it. Never mind, that's just Nebraska.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the books of Matthew, Luke, and Acts.
When Jesus returned to life, roller coasters hadn't been invented yet. But as far as his friends were concerned, they might as well have been living on one wild coaster ride. Peter and Matthew might have gone over the whole story one more time as they walked the dusty roads from Galilee back towards Jerusalem.
Remember how it started? Jesus does all these miracles. Thousands of people gathered to listen to him.
And we hear God's voice saying, "This is my son, and I love him."
But then he gets all those threats from the religious leaders.
And he ignores them all and raises Lazarus to life.
That lousy Judas betrays him,
The religious leaders arrest him,
and I run away like a fool.
and Jesus is killed.
But he comes back to life.
And now we get to hang out with him.
I think he's got big plans. Did you hear how he told me at the lake to take care of his followers?
And what he said to us all on the mountain in Galilee.
About making new disciples?
Yeah. So you must go and make disciples of all nations. Baptize them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Teach them to obey everything I have commanded you, and you can be sure that I am always with you to the very end. Big job.
How do you remember all this stuff?
I record it.
You should write a book sometime.
I'm still not so sure about the Holy Spirit part.
Same.
But Jesus is here with us now. We can do anything while he stays with us.
Forever!
Ahead, Peter and Matthew and the other disciples could see Jerusalem in the distance, the temple rising above the other buildings.
He said to meet him back in Jerusalem.
For the Feast of Pentecost, probably.
That would be the perfect time for him to do something big. If he wants followers in all nations, that must mean we take over Israel first, right?
I don't know about the takeover part.
As Jesus' friends returned to Jerusalem, Jesus led them to a hill outside the city near Bethany.
Nice view of the city from here.
I bet he's finally going to give us all the big plan now.
He already did. Make disciples of all nations.
Yeah, but how? Is he going to gather 50,000 people at Pentecost? Or maybe he'll take us all with him on an epic road trip?
He probably wouldn't have brought us all up here if he didn't have something big to say.
Sure enough, as they ate a meal on the side of the hill, Jesus told them,
"Do not leave Jerusalem. Wait for the gift my Father promised. In a few days, you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit.
There's the Holy Spirit thing again.
Peter couldn't take it anymore. He had to ask.
Lord, are you going to give the kingdom back to Israel now?
Everyone stopped talking, then looked to Peter, then to Jesus, who shook his head.
You should not be concerned about times or dates. The Father has set them by his own authority. But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. Then you will tell people about me in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria. And you will even tell other people about me from one end of the earth to the other.
The disciples exchanged glances.
Okay, you did say the all nations part already, but where will you be?
And please, can you explain how the Holy Spirit's going to help us?
As Jesus smiled at his friends, he lifted his hands and spoke a blessing over them.
He's not answering the question.
As Jesus was speaking, something incredible happened. Slowly, he began to rise into the air.
He's standing in the air. How is he standing in the air?
Jesus' friends stared, mouths open. Soon, a cloud hid him from view, but they continued to gape.
Men of Galilee.
The disciples blinked and finally looked down to discover two tall men dressed in white standing right beside them.
Why do you stand here looking at the sky? Jesus has been taken away from you into heaven, but he will come back in the same way you saw him go.
Come back? Come back when?
But the men in white were gone.
He did say, don't be concerned about times or dates.
But he just gave us the biggest job ever. Tell everyone in the whole world about him? There's gotta be a plan.
The Holy Spirit. I think the Holy Spirit is the plan.
But we don't know what the Holy Spirit is.
Jesus said to wait in Jerusalem.
So, wait. That's the plan?
That's the plan for now.
Jesus gave his followers what seemed to be an impossible job: share the story of Jesus and his love for every nation across the entire world. But soon, he gave them everything they needed to not only start the job, but keep going.
Well, bad news. I still haven't been able to find Austria. But you know what? I am determined. Just like in our Bible story today, the disciples were determined to continue out their mission that God gave them. You see, Jesus, he told them to go everywhere, to go to the ends of the earth and tell people about who he was. And then he promised them a helper, the Holy Spirit, to help them out as well. The disciples were determined to continue on their mission. I know in life sometimes it's really hard to stay determined. But you know what? The cool part is that Christ himself will continue to help us stay determined. That reminds me of our Bible verse for this month. Let us not become tired of doing good. At the right time, we will gather a crop if we don't give up. Galatians 6:9. So stay the course. If you tell your siblings that you're going to play with them, continue to play with them, even if it might be a little boring. And if you tell your parents you're going to clean up your mess or your room, clean up your mess and your room. Continue to be determined. So be like the disciples. Continue to finish what you started. And remember our bottom line for today. Keep going, even when it seems impossible. For me, I'll be honest, it seems impossible that in a month I'll be over in Austria. But I'm determined, and I know that God will help me. So stay determined, and God will help you. Talking about determined, I think Austria might be on this side of the map. Oh, I found it! Oh no, wait. That's just Pastor Dale's house. Dale, I found your house.